Hello, everybody. How you doing? Trying out different things. All right, all right, all right. I think is already taken. That's probably copyrighted by now. However, yeah, it's been a while since I've done this during the day. I've had lots of people asking me to show them Brazil, my garden. So for the last 6 months or so, the majority of my videos have been at night, and so you haven't been able to see. The garden like you did last year whenever I was doing my videos. Um, right here, I got my soccer shoes. Now retired, no longer. Last Monday, last time I played soccer. So, yeah, pushing 50, things get there. So along with that, you get the gray hair and everything else, and you start focusing on gardens and everything else. So this is what you guys usually see. Usually not that bright. However, let's take a walk, shall we? All right, so here we've got right there is the reason why I haven't been filming during the day. That construction site on what used to be my lot 4 ends up making a lot of noise and construction equipment and all that kind of stuff. But we will get there. This is the view that I have usually on one of my green screens, but we'll get to that as well. Okay, so for now, let's I'll take you guys to my garden. Actually, the very first videos that I did last year, I had these two right there. Those are avocado trees, and they were seeds. I got those purple avocados we're used to in the States, different from what they have here in Brazil. And I had them in little cups, little glasses, next to some of my first videos. If you look at video 1 through 5, you'll probably see those. That was about 1.5 years ago, so see how big they've grown from now. I've also got some orchids, natural orchids. This is açafrão. The bottom thing, that's actually a root that they use in Spanish rice. I got my azaleas, and I've got some other stuff going on. So last time I tried to take Jake out here in the back, I ended up losing Wi-Fi, which is why I'm taping this offline, because the majority of my garden doesn't get Wi-Fi. That's the way it is. So this is my jacatito. This one has purple to white flowers. They start off purple, they go to pink, and then white right before they drop off. And this is the grandfather to all of those trees over there. Okay, it's spread by spores, and so the birds took it over there, and it started growing 20 years ago, and now I've got a forest. So this is the first one. I saw the leaf in whenever I was putting down my grass, and I recognized it and decided to take care of it. Now, for over the last 1.5 years, my wife and my mother-in-law have been decorating it with different kinds of orchids. Okay, so they've wrapped the orchids on there, lots of kinds of different flowers, lots of different orchids. We've got Noche Buena, which is don't know exactly what that's called in English. I forgot about that. And so we've got all these different plants, orchids, and here is another fresh little bougainvillea. I got some of these from my neighbors. And so now we're going to go over here to, let's see here. We've got the orchard. So here we have a guayaba tree. Okay, so this gives us some of that nice pink fruit that we used to like make juice out of there in Mexico. And then we've got lots of, let's see, alfavaca, we've got onions, chives, we've got lettuce, we've got orange trees, we have cabbage, and tomatoes, and some pineapples growing. That one right back there, the purple one, I got from my my mother-in-law, so that's got some nice flowers to it. This one is a pé de pitanga. So that is a red fruit that they have here in Brazil. And then we've got boldo, which is usually good for upset stomachs and that sort of stuff. So this is just that back little section right behind the kitchen. So here we have other parts. So all this grass I ended up mowing yesterday to make it look a little bit decent, considering that's what Jake does. So I didn't want to go, oh yeah, your garden looks like a mess. So here we've got, I need to get my notes on all these. Arasa is these two right here. And then we've got dates on that one right there. I've got 2 coconut palm trees. And this one right here is a raspberry bush. I don't know if you guys can see that little raspberry right there. Okay, so yeah, those are good. The birds love them. And it's full because we're coming on spring right now. So it's a good thing. So here we've got the ameixa prune tree. This is my Palmera familia. They call it, it's a family palm because it grows not like one palm tree, but like a whole family of them, a whole grouping of palm trees, because my wife wanted something like palm trees there. Now this right here is called an ipe amarelo. Okay, so these things, it ends up giving you a little yellow flower later on. It's a beautiful little tree. It fills up, although this one hasn't. It doesn't get enough sun, evidently. Lots of palm trees. So that one the hospital gave me for my firstborn son. And this one over here, another Palmera familia going through. And then this one right here is another Ipe Amarelo that I got when from the hospital when my second son was born. And so looking at it further away, we can actually see that it's a pretty big one right there. And then right here, this is an interesting one I got about 3-4 years ago. This is a Graviola. So supposedly this has anti-cancer properties. Also, I've got lots of little ferns. Love my ferns. And later on, when I found out those are an endangered species, well, yeah, I protect them even more. So here we've got an Inga. This is one of my newest trees, and it's a pretty big one. So this ends up giving us fruit, and that's how big they are. I mean, look at that. This corner right here, my dad and I planted before we even built the house. So we've got this pine tree, and that is a palm tree. Actually, that is a palm tree, and then we've got the other. Whoa! So we got right there. Okay, so there we've got palmito, and then we've got the Norfolk pine. Then we've got the palm tree, the imperial palm, and then we got another Norfolk pine. And that's the corner that my dad and I planted. And none of those trees were more than 6 feet tall, 5 feet tall. And now we can see that they're just a little bit more than 5 feet tall. Here we have, I would think this is pitanga, but it's not. There's another, this is also a little fruit tree here in Brazil. This one's about 4 or 5 years old. That's how big it's grown. This is a Palmera Real, okay, and I've got 3 of them. I used to have 4. One of them got knocked down by an electrical storm, and those were about the size of the wall. That wall is about 4.5, 5 foot tall, and they used to be just a little bit above it. They've grown just a little bit, okay. So now we're looking at the forest on lot 4. So all this stuff was preserved. Well, actually preserved. I helped grow it. These are the avocado trees, which I actually threw the tree over there, and one tree turned into 5 different trees. And so I've got my little private forest going on here next to the side. I will develop that. Back here is where my mom's house is going to be. My mom, 2 apartments for the kids, something like that. It's what the project that I have in the back. The forest will remain. Then we've got these little things, which I don't know what the name of them is, but they're very decorative. They don't grow very tall. They're about as old as what these palm trees are, but they are that size. Okay, so now we go on to the pies de Histance. Actually, this is the view that I usually like to do on the green screen. So this is, you know, the basic heart of what I would consider my garden. Right there, we've got a mango tree. And that I actually planted from a mango itself, a mango seed, that right there. And so from the mango seed, we've got a little mango tree. Now, I've been told the mangoes aren't going to grow here. Either it's too wet or it's too cold or whatever, but mango trees never actually generate the mangoes here. I'm hoping they're wrong, but they're probably not. It's just going to be green. The birds like it. Here we've got, this is a row of palm trees, which are actually children of those palm trees. Those palm trees I planted here originally. So let's see. That one right there I planted, and it was about this tall whenever I planted it. Now it's about 14, 15 meters tall, which puts it about 45 feet. Two of them. And so one's evidently a male and the other one's female, because all the little palm trees, came out of the female side. They're all on one side. And so with that, I've created a little way through the middle of them so I can get to what would be, eventually I wanted this to be my pool, but it's grass for now, but that's okay. Cool. Pools have a lot of maintenance. I had an inflatable pool, that sort of stuff. It just didn't work as well. So going through the forest, we've got another samambaya, another fern tree, and we've got another Palmeira familia. Okay. Going on here. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. This is a little fruit tree. It's a native fruit to Brazil. Don't know what it is, and I'm waiting for it to show me what it's going to be. So I like to preserve my trees, garden, make everything sustainable. So going through here, I'm trying to not dox the house or anything else. So I'm trying to avoid going that way too far and just staying here. Now this right here, this was my very first Christmas tree here in Brazil. And instead of cutting it down, I decided to get a natural one. And after we were done with Christmas, I planted it. And it's here. We've got another jacatiro, which is like the one there in the front. So that one also helped generate the forest on the other side. And you see the construction over there. That's another geminado that's being built. They took up the entire lot to build 3 housing units. No garden, no nothing. They actually cut my forest and dropped 2 36-foot trees. Ended up being felled because they cut it too close. They destabilized the hillside, and my trees fell over. So I wanted to complain, but at the same time, let them get it done, whatever. And once they're done, I won't have to worry about people after that. Right here, oh, we've got another, okay, that's a samambaya. And then, oh, whoa, right there. Right here is what I wanted to get. All right, this is another ameixa, a prune, which my birds bring because they sit up there on the top of the leaves, and then they crap the seeds down, and then they just grow. And there we got the dates. So evidently they like the dates, which is why that one was born. Now, this one right here, this is one of my special ones. Right there, that leaf right there. This tree is called the Pau Brasil. This is a Brazil wood tree. Okay, this is the one that the country got its name after. The wood is actually red, and they used to use it to dye the clothes of the kings. Now, the thing is that this tree, if you look at the trunk, I can wrap my hand around it. Okay, now this tree is just as old as this tree. And this tree is a flamboyant. Okay, and well, it's just a little bit bigger. And then we've got more palm trees that grew up right over there. Plus we've got another Ipe Amarelo going on right here. And then we've got more palm trees. Oh, we've got another goiaba tree right here towards the end. And this one is a pine tree, but it's native to Brazil. Actually, this pine tree is only grows in this area of Brazil, and it gives these little small pinhão, which we eat down here. It's actually very very nice. Now, this palm tree right here is the way those two big palm trees over there grew. Let's see, that palm tree, those palm trees right there, they used to be just like this one. And this one is basically a fruit of those. And so we've got those things going on. And so this is the front part of my garden. Okay, and now we've got, see, there's another palm tree right there, and then we've got the road, the street right behind that wall. And this is a variegated ficus. If we can find it behind the palm trees, because 1, 2, 3, 4 palm trees ended up growing around it with another 2 palm trees, and those are brought by the birds. Okay, and I almost forgot about the, oh God, I forgot what this one is called. Hibiscus, that's it. It's a hibiscus bush. And it used to give me a lot of red flowers, but now that it's in the shade, it doesn't really generate the flowers as much. So now it's just a bush. Then we've got the Sica, Variega, Sica Faucet. This one looks like one that grows a couple of centimeters a year, except this one grows a little bit more. Not that much, but there we go. But it's got some nice leaves to it and everything else. And it sort of fills out this area right there. Okay, so that's nice. It goes all the way up to my roof and that sort of thing. And then we're going to get to the pièce de résistance. This tree was the first one that I planted. This is a ficus. Look at those roots coming down. That's a ficus. That's the same age as that Pau Brasil and the same age as that flamboyant. And just to give you a notion of the size of it, this is my hand. You'll see how big that damn thing is. So you got 1, 2, probably 3 people to put your arms around this thing, and it's pretty big, and it fills everything up. And one of the things I like about it is because it's the beginning of my forest. Okay, so here we also have the other Pinhão araucaria, which is basically only endemic to this region on the entire planet, the one that gives pinhão. Okay, so you can see there's pretty big. My ficus has taken over a lot of the stuff. So you see how the ficus basically begins the forest. Okay, so as we go through, we got the forest here, and then we got, it's kind of hard walking backwards, but what? It's to make sure that you guys see what you need to see instead of all the other stuff. So we go through here, and boom, we're back where we were in the beginning. We got Comigo Ninguém Pode, some of the natural tree plants that we've got here. And then we've got this little walkway that I actually made through the palm trees to make sure that we can still get through it. Otherwise, it would be a wall like that. And that's usually how it goes. And we got another fern over here that I like to protect. And that is my forest. And getting back to my area in here, this is my grill. And that's what you guys are usually seeing right behind me whenever I'm sitting right here doing the majority of my videos. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. 20 minutes. Didn't think it was going to be that long, but then again, I love my forest. And you guys wanted to see it. Let's see how this turns out. If you want something else along with this, let me know. Not a problem. I'm here for you guys. Right now, I got 25 people on my channel, about 5 that are accompanying me every week on Jake's channel, and I appreciate it, definitely. And I will see you next Thursday, most likely, on Jake's channel, and I'll do some other stuff after that, starting to get things rolling. So thank you very much. This was because people wanted to see Brazil. So welcome. This is where I'm at. This is my little piece of paradise. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.